Roundup review. I started talking about Roundups a month or so ago. I have no idea why, but we're going to review, adjust, and execute on our financial numbers this month. Today is a day of adjusting and reviewing what's working, what's not working. I call it the good, the bad, the ugly for myself personally, but I hope you don't have any ugly in yourself. I'm trying to change that to the good, the bad, and the beautiful, right? Because I want to focus on what's working, not on what's not working. Well, today is day 88 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. It's the third to the last day. I guess we have 2 more days in the month, but I like to start collecting the information now, which is why I call it Roundup. I want to round up all my numbers. Now, I will admit I created a spreadsheet a couple of years ago, a lot more than a couple of years ago, a long time ago, to track my numbers and keep track of myself in terms of my savings, my expenses, what was coming in, and then what it was being allocated to, etc. So I have a whole Excel thing, and yes, it's still in Excel. I'm going to turn it over to a Google Doc, which is my question. If that would be something helpful to you, let me know. But I suspect you probably have someone helping you with this area and aspect of your business already if you're listening to me. But I think it's really powerful to have my own key performance indicators. The things we look at as a business are great, and that helps us to run the business. But there's also things besides that that I, as the owner, founder, want to look at as well. I want to know, how is all of this impacting me and my personal situation, right? It isn't just about the business. It's about, and again, my business isn't about me. It's for the people that I've created it for, the people that we serve, the people that I serve. I think we need to change our focus in our businesses if we really want the success that we're looking for. And that is focusing on the people we serve. And that is both our internal customers, meaning the people that are part of your team, the people that you partner with, your vendors, suppliers, etc., and then the people that we're actually serving, the people that are paying us and exchanging value with us. We're providing them with great value, and they're providing us with the money we need to operate and grow and supersize our business. So how do we go about doing that? I'm going to share this fun little graphic I drew when I was talking to somebody about something. I can't remember now, but it was about, I think, the way we expect things to grow and get what we want versus the way it actually happens. And I just watched this play out in the school games with my friend Victoria Gallagher. She did all of these activities, and that's what I'm going to recommend we do too as part of the E and execute. And the E and super are execute with intention. Is you're going to have to do and take a lot of, Tony Robbins, thank you, massive action in order to get the results you want. It's just the way it is. The world changes all the time. The situation changes all the time. And we have to be willing to roll with that and just keep taking action until we figure out what's working for us right now. And guess what? That will work for a while until it doesn't. And then we're going to have to come up with a different thing and a different thing and a different thing. And it's why I say always have a running list of things that you can do to build and grow your business. Not work in your business, work on your business. What is that list? My notebook is not here. I keep it in my bedroom by my bed because that's where I get my best ideas, right? It's right before I go to sleep or right when I wake up, and I don't want to lose those. So I want to keep that list ongoing and right by my bed. And then when I need a new thing, what do? I open the notebook, and there's literally hundreds of ideas in there, hundreds of things I know that I could execute on in order to get a positive result in my business. Do they all work? I wish, right? I wish 50% of them would work. It's more like 10% of the ideas that we have, even if they're inspired, actually pan out and get the results that we would expect them to. And that's just, the truth. I could sugarcoat it and say, oh, just keep taking massive action and you will get the results you want. I don't know that you will, because I'm a perfect example of that. I have figured out the way to take massive, consistent action and have it not give me the results I want. If you want to know how I do that, ask me. I'm not going to share it publicly because I don't want to keep creating it. But I like this graph because it reminds me this black straight line is how we all expect our businesses are going to go. We have this magical idea. We start our business and we think that in 1 year or 60 days or 30 days or wherever the point is that most people quit, that we will get the exact results we want, the exact way we expect and want them to happen. Whew, that's an eye-opener too. As I'm thinking back over my life and my career, seldom, if ever, maybe once or twice in my entire career, and it's it's spanned over 5 decades. Have I had an idea, implemented that idea, planned out exactly what I expected to have happen, and it happened exactly like I thought it would go and thought it should go? Maybe twice in 50 years. So am I gonna count on that as a belief in a strategy? No. But I do believe that everything works out perfectly for me. So if I have challenges along the way, it's because each of those challenges are trying to show me something about my plan that needs tweaking. It doesn't need to be thrown away or flushed down the toilet or abandoned altogether. It just needs a little bit of thought and adjustment at the step that I'm at. I hope that makes sense. If not, hit me up and ask, and we'll have a quick discussion about it. So I like this topic because we do it. I did it in corporate for years, and it was one of those things I took from corporate and I incorporated into my own businesses because I saw how powerful it was there. We measure what matters, right? The things we measure matter. It's why I say, as an individual, as a human being, I look at different things for myself than I do for my company. And everybody else in the company doesn't care or know what those things are because it's none of their business, right? Just like their things are none of my business. We need to mind our own bobber, so to speak, and just pay attention to what is important to us and realize that everybody else is doing the exact same thing. We are all interconnected, but we also are all individuals with our own free will and our own personal responsibility, our own energy, etc. So we want to measure what matters. So the things that I measure are probably different than the things a lot of people measure, because I measure the things that I know are most impactful for me. I measure gratitude. I measure how appreciative I am of the current situation and how am I showing that. I measure how well I serve the people I'm here to serve, my customers, the people that are on my teams, etc. My family. Am I serving my family at the level I want to? Probably not. Anyway, so we're going to each month, and if you're not doing this, I don't know what you're doing, because this is probably the number one thing that you do. You share expectations, you create the core values for your organization, and then you let people go and create based on a common understanding of expectations and the values that your culture wants to instill and how you want to serve the people that you're here to serve. Because bottom line, all businesses are service businesses. You can make that argument because we're all here to serve. We're all here to serve customers, right? We're all here to serve other human beings, starting with ourselves, right? We have to take care of ourselves first. So if you haven't done it yet, I challenge you to schedule a monthly meeting where you talk about and go over the financial results for your organization. If you've got a leadership team, monthly, you go over that with them. Now, in corporate, it was always 1 week after the start of the new month. Why? Because there were a lot of numbers and a lot of things to gather and pull together. Now technology's gotten so good, we can almost get all of our data in real time. If we've got somebody plugging in the numbers, it is almost automatic. And I've started setting up things that collect the information for me, collate it, summarize it, and then put it into my spreadsheets. Why? Because I can't see very well, and as life gets busier and more complicated, I am looking every single day for ways to simplify and streamline processes and the things that we do. One of the things I like to do in my businesses is periodically review all of our processes. Every process in every business that I'm involved in gets at least reviewed 1 time a year. Whenever there's a change, or if there hasn't been a change, 1 time a year. Why? Because there's always ways to improve our processes. And who reviews those processes? The people that own those processes. So in manufacturing, for example, we had people with different roles. So if that was your role and that was your job, and the documented process isn't what you're actually doing, then it's up to you to submit the change to that process to reflect what you're actually doing. Now, if you have cut corners and done shortcuts to not follow the process, that is a problem sometimes. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It depends on the safety and the efficiency of the process. I'm going way too deep on this. Anyway, we want to review those things. We want to look at income, I like to look at net worth, or what is the net value of the company in my way of looking at it. Expenses, income, savings or investment accounts and rates, debt payoff or amount of debt that we're carrying for each individual business, etc. And then I also like to look at how those things are impacting me or could impact me. If the business goes out of business, that's going to impact me. Is that a big impact or a small impact? Depends on the business. So today I challenge you, and like I said, we do this the first staff meeting after the previous month. That's when everybody has to have their stuff together. And they need to have it all together and submitted in an online portal that we all share by the 3rd of each month. Why? Because we need to have the information to see if we need to make adjustments to any area or aspect of the business that needs attention or adjustment in order to achieve our longer term results, our annual results, and then our longer term results beyond that. All right, this is a lot. I've talked a lot. We need to also talk about execution or execute with intention. We're going to look at the path and the steps that we came up with yesterday. Hopefully you took action on one and you already know whether it's the right direction or not. You already can tell or you can feel if it's the thing that you need to do next or not. And then you've done it. And do you need to do more of it? Do you need to just give it a little time? Have you already seen the results? There's things that we'll do. I'll do something or the company will do something. And we know like within an hour. That's the cool thing about the world being so interconnected. We'll get positive feedback on that within an hour or within a few minutes. That makes it a lot easier to pick and choose what to do and what to spend your time, energy, and resources on. All right, any questions about this? Hit me up. I'm not going to share the reflective questions because we don't have time because I talk too much. If you would like those, just put reflective questions in the comments below and I will type them in as a comment. If you are looking for a group of amazing humans to grow and build and supersize your business with, but you haven't found them yet, I challenge you. I challenge everybody to everything, right? Wow. I would say check out the Supersize Your Business School community. It's free. It's a freemium model, so you can get tons of resources for free. It is an absolute work in progress right now because we are co-creating it together. It's not just my community, it's our community, and we're going to do amazing things in there, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. Just type school or community or supersize. Let's do supersize. Just type supersize in the comments below, and I will send you the information about that. Just a link. And you can check out the about page and things yourself and decide if it's for you. All right. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, do it tomorrow. Bye.